Today is a big day. We are at Podium 1, high-end simulator manufacturer here in Nashville. I've got my car here, my simulator's in the back, and we're gonna measure all the important measurements from this car and transfer that to the sim. Why is that important? Well, I'm excited to announce that this car and I are going to Germany. We're gonna take on the Nürburgring. Steve.
Justin, thanks for coming, man.
Man, thanks for having me. This is exciting.
It's been awesome. Like,
this is exciting.
We've said this before. Like, we've never officially met. We've texted forever. We've known each other forever. Never got to get on track, but now here you are, and this is awesome.
It's really impressive. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, no.
You have a lot of exciting things. Podium 1. I mean, amazing product, amazing company, customer service. All that is top notch. Talk to me a little bit about how did it start?
So for like a lot of us, COVID opened the doors to really racing for a lot of people right now, right? Everyone was sitting at home watching Netflix Drive to Survive.
Me.
Right? Me.
That was me.
Right? And that was all of us. And like, what was really cool about what Drive to Survive did is actually got us to know the drivers, right? Most of the time right now, they're sitting with a helmet. You don't know who they are. But with Drive to Survive, you actually got to get some personalities and such behind it. Now all of a sudden you hear people saying, I want Daniel Ricciardo or whoever, right? So we saw that, and then we got into car meets and car events and tracking and such, and we were doing that a lot, and we were like, man, there's something here. Now Chandler we had this little man cave, if you will, and at the time, that's all it was. It was a place where we hang out, store some cars. He had some sims there, but they were like Logitech, play seats, cool stuff. And I'm like, I got on one, and I go, okay, this is kind of cool, I'll go buy it. So next thing I know, I go buy it, I have it at my house. This is in 2021, and I start sim racing, but I was like, something's missing. So I get into iRacing. This was in August of 21. Next thing I know, I'm getting asked to go down to Barber. Someone's like, calls me up and says, hey, I'm at a bar, right, drinking. Someone calls up and says, hey, someone just dropped out of a car at Barber. We need you to come down and drive this Porsche. And I go, okay, I'll get in this Porsche and we'll go rip. 2 days later, I'm on the track and I'm like, I'm yelling at the cars ahead of me over the blind. I'm like, you guys are braking too early, right? And I'm like, this is amazing, right? So I'm in this Porsche, I'm doing all this kind of stuff. And then we're like, okay, Chandler and I we can do something with this. And he's like, let's start a sim arcade. I go, I don't want to do a sim arcade. I think we should do something more of a Top Golf experience, but for all things racing, right? Motorsports. So like you see behind us, we brought in our guys that tune our cars, that get everything ready for racing. Like we just put the Radical back together literally last night so I can get on track with it tomorrow. We're like, we'll bring these guys in here because this is where all our friends are using. We've got all these cool cars. We'll get sims, we'll do F1 watch parties, food and beverage, all this kind of stuff. So I had a 165,000 square foot facility in Nashville that I was working on. Unfortunately, it fell through, but what had happened is that's how this all started, right? Because then what had happened is we're like, look, we already started reaching out to the brand saying we're gonna have the sim experience place, right? And we knew people were gonna fall in love with sims because I did, absolutely. Chandler did. And then really, the whole part I skipped is after that Barber moment, like 13 of our friends ended up getting sims, and some of them are IMSA drivers, and we're on with them all night. And now we're racing till 3 in the morning. It's like, this is so cool, right? Then Tom Segura sees it and starts talking about it on his podcast. And then there's an Instagram DM and I pull it up and it's Joe Rogan. And he goes, I just saw Tom Segura's, I need this, let's effing go, right? I'm like, what in the world? So the young Jamie calls, we get on this thing, we do this whole stuff, and kind of the rest is history. Now it's grown to where we're getting involved with the cars, we're getting involved with race teams, but now like Best Buy, right? I think we did it with you, right? So Best Buy is now involved. They're doing all our installs across the country, which has been really cool. And it helps us for the general public now to realize what sim racing is, right? You are literally able to learn and develop good or bad habits that can translate one-to-one. And you're hearing this all the time now, which is just really cool. I mean, again, like at PRI this year, Tony Kanaan hits me up. He goes, hey, you guys are gonna be at PRI. I go, yeah. He goes, great, I wanna come and sit in your booth. He goes, do you want this? And he sends me a picture of an IR18, right? McLaren Aero Indy car. And I go, yeah. So he brings a team, they pull in this Aero Indy car into our booth. And then I'm like, do you want us to make you like a McLaren sim? He goes, I didn't wanna bother you. He's like, but if you guys come up with something cool, right? He gets on the thing and he's on it for hours. He's like, Steve, he pulls me aside, he goes, this thing's not leaving Indy, I want it. Now, for those that don't know, like Tony was notorious to be known to not like motion sims, right? And so he's gotten on this thing and he's like, this thing's incredible. And you just see the development of the sim racing industry and what it's doing to real life racing as well.
Yeah, so that's what initially drew me to you guys. I started in a car on an amateur level only, and I needed to get better. I put the car on a wall
Yeah.
I said, you know what? Maybe this sim thing is for me after all. So I came and my kids and we toured the facility and the hospitality was great. And I said, yeah, I could go do all this and put the pieces together, but that's not my style. I'd much rather have the experts delivered to my house, set up, showed me how to do it. So that differentiation is really what drove me to you guys. Plus, you guys are real racers.
That's right.
And that resonated with me for sure.
Yeah. I mean, it's, again, with the Radical, which is behind your Corvette right now, you know, I just picked that thing up a little over a year ago. I had nothing to do with it. I mean, yeah, I've been tracking a little bit, right? But again, it started mainly in 2021. Now I'm out there with pros all the time and they're like, what in the world, right? We're doing races now in real life. And they're like, how are you guys so fast? And it's, again, because of the sim. And it's not just learning tracks, right? What's really cool about the sim, and I'm sorry I'm gonna go on the sim thing, but what's really cool about sims is that it teaches you how to build a track, even if that track's not in the sim. Once you learn how to build a track on the sim and you go to your own little private track that may not be in iRacing, you're still learning that within a stint or two, you're able to start keeping pace, right? And then the other side to it is people say, oh, again, it's all about learning the track. No, it's racecraft. To me, is so important, right? And you can do that over and over and over again on the sim.
Yep.
So, you know, obviously people love the cars aspect of what we've got going on here, right?
That was an unexpected bonus.
That's right.
The first time I came, I'm like, there's an R8,
Well, a lot of people
there's a Lambo, there's a 458.
That's
I'm like,
right.
It's like a mini car show when you come in
A lot
here.
of people will fly in and we'll take them in, they'll come in through the hallway and they'll go, what in the world? They have no idea, right? And so like right here, this R8 was 1,500 horsepower, but it was a little too much. So now it's going down to 1,300.
Wait, so somebody had 1,600 and they said, I need less?
Yes.
That must be an older gentleman.
That's Chandler, my partner, right? Business partner. That's his mom's car, the McLaren. That was Jeffree Star's.
Wow.
So, right, kind of cool. So every day it changes. Keith Urban comes in and brings stuff, right? SF90s. We have Whistling Diesel's SF90 over there. And the black one, we have Daily Driven Exotics. The original Tire Slayer is over there.
I saw a lot of content about that
Yeah,
earlier.
they're in there all the time. So things come and go all the time. But like I had mentioned to you earlier, what we're doing now is we just signed with Radical. We're working on it with Rush and a couple other manufacturers to where we're going to start selling and servicing race cars out of here as well. And so we're working with Livery, who you're working with. We're going to be working with Sawbelt and some others to kind of create this whole package. And then we've teamed up with so many different families and stuff that own all the tracks. Like we do a lot with the Smith family, who happens to own the Nashville Super Speedway, Sonoma, Charlotte, Bristol, among many others. And we do a lot of charities and stuff with them. But now we're going to start doing a lot more on track.
As somebody who's relatively new, like I got the bug maybe 2 years ago, it's so refreshing to meet someone and then they're already invested in your project, whatever it is.
Yeah.
And just like you and so many other people, they're like, let me introduce you to so-and-so. Oh, we work with XYZ. You should call this person.
The higher we go,
It's
the
crazy.
more you get into it, the world gets so small.
It's amazing, and it's so refreshing that that still exists today.
It's so cool. To also not only just come up with crazy stuff, but I also want to work on driving pricing down for everyone else who just wants to buy components.
I love that.
You know?
The fact that you guys have both sides of the business, the actual racing side and the sim side, is it's really unique. And my car is going to Germany. It's going to be there for a little while. But I'm working on something else. Because I'm going to need to drive something. And after seeing what I see today, I may just bring you a little present one of these days.
Awesome. Well, we're here for it.
Well, perfect.
Very cool.
Well, Steve, thank you so much.
Thank you.
This has been such a pleasure. Thanks for taking time out of your day.
I really
It's been beneficial for sure. CJ, thank you for showing me where the magic happens.
This is it.
So this is my rig.
Yes,
I've had it for a little while. The car is going to Germany. I'm going to go with it. And the goal is to safely and successfully lap the ring as many times as I can. My hope is hundreds, if not thousands of laps on the Podium 1 machine beforehand. So that being said, are there any upgrades, changes, tweaks to this rig that you might recommend specifically that can help me before I get to Germany?
Yes. Well, the first thing we're going to do is like I mentioned earlier, I'm gonna sit in your car, feel the brake pressure, and then we're gonna sit in your rig and feel that and adjust that 100%. So you might have to update the elastomers on here.
Okay.
So you might need a little stiffer. I'm not sure, it's cars variance on every brake style or how much pressure the brake. So that'd be the first thing we need to do. 100% important, probably the most important upgrade is to make sure the brake feels the closest. Second is dialing in this, just spending a little time. What I would add to this is probably a belt tensioner. And what that would do, it connects to the back of this.
Yep.
And it's actually a harness. It comes in, it's a full, I use a 5-point harness. You can use a 6-point harness. And what that does, another thing that you can have too much of is haptics. It is great for haptics. What I like to feel is the kind of the simulated G-forces of that, but you also can feel the wheel slip, which is going to be important, which is very important. So I have very little in my belt. It's accelerating, pulling me. I have wheel slip, and that's about it. I don't have a lot, but it makes you, it prepares you, because your body, when you're sitting in a sim with the screens wrapped around, your body thinks you're at the ring doing laps. Probably the next thing, you have a BD8 shifter right here, which is awesome. It's really nothing to upgrade there. You have a great system. Maybe the seat, we discussed maybe getting more of a race type seat. The Recaro is great. The GT pad's a race seat. I just put one in, and it really transfers to a real car, because now when I sit in a real car, I'm like, wow, this is really cool. So I think with those, it'd be much more immersive. Another thing I kind of like is, oh, you already have it?
I already have it.
So didn't even know.
You told me to buy them, and I did.
I didn't even know, but the Sensit seat haptics, a lot of people don't realize they want to put bass shakers all over it, make everything rattle. You only need the Sensit seat haptic. What I have in that is rumble strips, a little bit of engine vibration. That's another thing everybody wants to feel. In a real car, you don't feel that much vibration. You feel a little bit, but not a lot. But what the Sensit seat haptics does, it makes the whole seat feel like you're in a car. It's not like a concentrated vibration in one spot. So out of the immersion, this would be number one, seat belts number two, and then motion be the cherry on top.
It sounds like I'm going to be in pretty good shape. Yes. I agree. We'll add the belt tensioner. We've got motion. It's already wired in. We're going to spend some time measuring the car and transitioning that to the rig. What about the settings? If I'm being honest, modifying the settings, going into setting up all the things you just talked about, a little overwhelming for me. That's something that you can help me with, right?
Yes, 100%. And another thing I love about my job is talking to drivers. Actually, the driver that you met earlier today, we sat down and dialed a rig, and I said, hey, how fast does this nosedive when you're, and he goes, it's pretty fast. He drives a Super Trofeo. I'm like, cool, let me dial it in. Dial it in. I sat there while he was driving it, dialed it in. He's like, yeah, or little more, little less. That is where we become the experts, because you're the expert in the real car. I'm the real expert of getting this wheelbase and the brakes to feel like the real car, because they're not the same. You don't know what it's called. Each manufacturer calls speed something else, calls strength something else. You know, it's Newton meters, but something so simple of you have to adjust the Newton meters on the wheelbase and in game, and they both have to work pretty well. So that's where we do the white gloves. We come in, we set it up, and not only do we show you, because it's a lot to learn within the hour. People like me will call in, and I'll sit down with you over the phone or remote in, and we'll say, hey, what are you feeling? When your real car, what do you feel, and what I can change? And then I show you, and then it kind of ties everything together.
I think that's my favorite part. It's choosing the right components, getting them installed, dialing them in, getting the setup where you turn it on and it works, and you're not frustrated by spending hours after hours trying to troubleshoot it. That really stood out to me in the Podium 1 brand. Your guys just brought this to my house, brought it upstairs, did everything, said, here you go. And then, most importantly, having somebody I can call that's willing to walk me through those things. So thank you for the help you've given me in the past, and I apologize for all the questions I'm going to ask in the future.
I get it. That makes my job easier. Just for instance, you and I have spoken. You're like, I want to get in. I don't want to click this, this, and this, because sometimes you have to start several programs to get everything running. So there's programs out there that a lot of people don't know. I go in and I hit start all, and it pops up 5 different programs at the same time, and you're ready to run. So that's where people like me, I'm not going to say me, that I didn't make the programs, but I spend a lot of time ensuring I want to jump in and I want to hit a button. And then once things break, because things do, it's electronics, a lot of people come to me, hey, how do you fix this? How do you do this? We get an update from a driver, it breaks something else from I spend a lot of time diving deep on how to make it better, so it makes it easier for our customers.
The plan for this car, it goes to Germany. I start turning laps on the simulator. While in Germany, we've got some really exciting things happening. Vulcan Alpha, who makes fantastic aerodynamic products, and Misha are going to take the car. They're going to use it to develop first of kind DRS system for the C6 Corvette. Once testing is done, manufacturing, installation, and gets dialed in, I'm going to go over there and we're going to drive the car together. You will be able to buy DRS aero wing, matching front splitter, rear diffuser, individual components, or as a set here in the States. Thanks to Podium 1 for being a part of our first ever YouTube video. Like and follow along for what should be a wild ride.